Welcome everyone to the 2023-2024 season of the Bowling Promotion Tour. We're going to switch gears away from our Masters stepladder right now and bring you the first of 3 matches in our mixed doubles stepladder. This is Baker competition, and that each bowler will bowl 5 of the 10 frames in the match. Our first match features some faces we've seen before and some new players. Here's Sofie Kaergaard Nielsen coming off a win in her Masters stepladder match against her twin sister Karen. And Sofie is paired with Gregory Rius of France. And let's watch her first shot on the left lane. And looks pretty perfect. Comes up through the pocket and goes dead flush. Beautiful start there by Sofie. And let's watch the trajectory of this purple hammer as she lays it down right around the 20 board, crosses between the second and third arrow, right out to 8 board, turns up through the pocket perfectly, just like we drew it up. And there is a flush strike to kick things off for Sofie. Their opponents today are Schack Nielsen, who won 3 consecutive matches in the Masters stepladder before falling to Caergaard, and she's teamed with Keny, the powerful French left-hander. And here is Monica kicking things off on the right lane. And nice stroke right over the second arrow. And the ball comes up a little bit late to the pocket and leaves the flat 10. We are on the Gateway Arch oil pattern, which is a 42-foot pattern, a 9-to-1 oil ratio, so a fair bit of oil inside of the second arrow. So it forces most bowlers right to the track area, which is where you saw both Sofie and Monica playing. And here is Monica going cross lane to the 10 pin. She's been perfect on her spares through her Masters matches, and again now she has great fundamentals going after her spares, and for 15 years old has a wonderful sound foundation against these spares. Look at this shot here, right over the 4th arrow and right at the 10 pin. Beautiful execution. And now we'll get our first look at Keny Billaut. And interesting, in these matches, the teams will bowl on the same lane. Some Baker matches have each member of the team bowl on the opposite lane, but here they will both bowl on the same lane. And in fact, I think Keny is confirming that right now. He was looking to get up on the left lane, but he is now going to get up and throw on the right lane. Keny Billaut, a 28-year-old member of the French national team. He still throws 16 pounds, and that is a 16-pound purple hammer. And he gets it out to the dry, turns it up, rips the rack, and gets the wiggle on the 7 and gets it to go. Had a couple of rocks back and forth there, the 7 pin, before it finally went out. Let's watch this. That's the 4 pin there, just taps it on the way by and gives it a wiggle and gets it to go. The bowler's best friend. Now that is right just outside of the 3rd arrow, and he rips it up and gets that 7 pin to go. So there's a strike for Billaut to kick things off, and here is our 4th purple hammer of the match, and this would be Gregory Rius. So tells you something about how good these balls adapt to these patterns. And there is a beautiful shot by Gregory. Only the head pin comes bouncing back across the deck in front of the 10 pin and does not give him the messenger strike. So he'll have to convert the 10 pin. He likes the shot, and again he too is right around the track, but unfortunately could not get the messenger to go. Now he'll go across lane now with his plastic ball against this 10 pin. And good looking shot, and no drama there for the conversion, which leaves us tied in the first frame at 20. And now we'll see Sofie up here in the 3rd frame. These bowlers all bowled an 18-game qualifier, and the top 4 men and top 4 women were paired together to create our 4 mixed doubles teams, and that's what you see here. And the winner of this match, if Sofie and Gregory were to win this match, she would again face her twin, because Kaergaard Nielsen was teamed with Jaime Gonzalez, and that will be our next match, which will be the semifinal. Here is Sofie, 3rd frame. Look at her pull that arm right across her body, get all the power she can, but to no avail, because it comes up to the pocket and leaves a blower 7-10. And that 5 pin went absolutely straight back didn't even think about going across to take out the 7-pin. So she kind of takes it in stride, and now, unfortunately, she'll have to try to bounce this 7-pin out. I think she's going to go at the 7-pin to make it, and she does. And now can she bounce it out? Does not do so, and so leaves her open in the 3rd frame. And now it's up to Monica to get up and try to strike. Let's see if she moves off that 10-pin she left here last time. And again, all purple hammers. You can see where the pins are above the fingers to try to get a little bit more back end, a little bit more angular motion at the back end of the lane. And so let's see if she moves her eyes or moves her feet or anything to try to take out that 10-pin. Well, that's much straighter down the lane. It's left of her last shot, blows the rack, rips the 5, but unfortunately it goes in front of the 7-pin, so she is unable to double up. And now we'll be faced with the 7-pin spare. She too goes across her body to get all the power she can on that release, and it goes right down the oil. And that's right where the concentration of oil is, so it skids into the pocket. Unfortunately, didn't have the power to drive the 5 into the 7. Now she'll go across lane with her plastic ball against the 7-pin. And again, perfect form. No problem. A little bounce in the back there. Covers the 7-pin. Again, perfect on her spares. Monica only 15 years old with wonderful form. Watch this, straight at the 7-pin, and a good shot there. Don't hook, don't hook, don't hook. No problem, no problem. She's like, okay, safe. And now let's see what Billaut can do here. His team has opened up a 13-pin lead by virtue of the 7-10 split by Sofie. We are at a center called the Bowling Sphere in a town about 200 miles southwest of Paris called Fontaine-le-Comte. Beautiful small town in the center of France. This is the result of a tour of several locations in France where the 18-game qualifier took place. Here's Keny. 4th frame, rips it out, jigs it back, perfect strike. Good shot there by Billaut. Just no drama about that one. Let's see where this goes. And again, a picture perfect shot, a carbon copy of his last shot on this lane. Only this one comes a little bit higher and turns through the pocket and gives him the perfect flush strike. Now let's see what Gregory can do here in the 4th. After this mixed step ladder, we will go back to some team competition, and we'll also have the completion of the Masters stepladder. And here is Gregory's shot. And there's a perfect strike through the pocket. Beautiful shot there by Rius. Rius been bowling for 12 years, also a member of the French national team. And many of these players are. And look at that perfect roll through the pocket. And just leaves shrapnel. Now, still looking for our first double in this match through 4 frames, going into frame 5. Can Sofie deliver and cut the 13-pin deficit down to 3? That concentration. Beautiful stroke. Gets it out a little bit, turn up, gets the strike, gets the late 10 to go, and there is the double by Sofie Kaergaard Nielsen. And watch this. Just right over the 2nd and 3rd arrow, hits it with all she has, turns through the pocket. Thank you very much for the carry, and that was a great shot. Now let's see if Monica can get past her carry troubles here. She's had one come up light because she pitched it off to the right a little bit. She had one straight up the oil and it came up a little bit light. Now the question is, do you move right here out into the dry and take your chances on a little bit more dry, and maybe you go through the beak, but you need a better pocket angle. So let's see what we do here. I think she did. I think she moved right, gets it up, and there's another flat 10. Can't get the ball to turn through the pins the right way. So even if she did move right, she didn't go far enough. Let's see where this crosses. It's right around 12 or 13. Again, you can see it laboring a little bit. It starts to make the turn on the back, but it's too late, so she's going to have to make a move either to a more aggressive piece of equipment or to the right and take chances with that dry to get the ball to turn through the pocket a little bit harder. And now here's a reset on the 10 pin, and let's see why that might be. I think she just wasn't ready, or is there something else going on? She's looking back. And just reset, start over, take your time. Maybe she heard something back there. We'll see what happens here. Hopefully it didn't ice the kicker, as it were, and she can get up and convert this 10 pin. And this will keep the Dutch 200 game alive for this team. And again, another perfect conversion of the 10 pin. She has been perfect on those. Fortunately, we now have a double by their opponents. Let's see what Keny Billaut can do to keep the Dutch alive at this point. Can he strike in the 6th frame? Keny Billaut, 28 years old, still throws 16 pounds, bowling for 18 years, and also a member of the French national team, won numerous competitions around France. We did see him last year on this bowling promotion tour. And let's see, he doesn't need to change a thing. He's been flushed twice in the pocket. Let's see if he can do it again. Very focused. And big swing, rips it, gets it a little bit further left this time, and it picks up off the dry and comes high. Unfortunately, I think he definitely missed left with all his turn and power. He does pick up off the left side of the lane, outside of the oil in the middle, and it reads hard and goes through the beak for the 4-7 leave, ruining the Dutch, and moreover, not letting them giving them a chance for the double when Monica comes back up. And now it will be definitely the chance for the Sofie team to come up and strike again and take the lead in this match. And actually, as we sit here on paper, by virtue of the 4-7 cover, we have a 1-pin match right now. The difference being that the Rius Nielsen team sitting on a double, and if they're able to extend that to a triple here, they will take the lead by 9, so possible lead change here on this shot. Rius has hit the pocket twice and goes through the middle for 4. Oh my lord, there is the 4 through the middle. And you can see he got it out to the dry. No different than what Keny Billaut did. Watch this come out. He gets out to about the 6 board, 5 board. He says, lay off, and it screams through the middle for a 4 count. And that is very painful. And certainly they're not going to take the lead, unfortunately, with that shot. Let's see if he can convert the 4 count. And he comes over. Oh, gets them all, but the 9 pin. Wow, great attempt there, but unfortunately leaves them open again. And now they all of a sudden find themselves 19 pins in arrears because they are at 99 in the 6th. Wow, what a bad break. But with all that power, Rius just got that ball a little bit to the right, and it picked up off the dry, came screaming through the beak for the 4 count, which of course is the Greek church with the added 3 pin. And with today's powerful equipment, you see more and more of those 4 counts. And here is Sofie now. Now they're down 2 marks, down 19. Sofie trying to get them back into it. And need another one of those perfect shots. She gets the pin back across the deck. It won't take out the 10 pin either. That's some bad luck there. Let's watch this pin come back across the deck. If we can see it, it came screaming back across and does not quite. It went into the pit before it had a chance to take out the 10. And now it will be Sofie cross lane for the 10 pin. And again, good cover there. Unfortunately, they are now 2 marks behind, 19 pins behind. And now the story of Monica with 3 consecutive late pocket hits Let's see what she does here. In fact, she probably could just stay where she is. I mean, if she went 9 spare the next 2, they'll probably survive. But I think she might want to think about a move right to see if she can get a little bit more turn, a little bit more power through the pocket. Let's see what she does. And she lines up. Once again, over the track, into she got that one inside. That was crossing the 15 board. I think she was trying to go straighter, more direct at the pocket. Unfortunately, she caught more of that oil. When you get inside, I don't think she hit it quite as hard. So it kind of hydroplanes down the middle of the lane and does not even think about making the turn. And that is a 2-4-5 combination that she leaves. And she will go now with her plastic ball and go straight at the 2-4-5. Reduces the lead to 16. And again, straight at the spare. Beautiful cover. I tell you, excellent spare game on all these players on this telecast. And good cover there on the 2-4-5. That's an easy one to chop. And let's see where she plays it. Right down 4th arrow, right down the middle. Gets it a little bit to the left of the 2-pin. But that's fine. And covers the 2-4-5. She's like, oh, thank you. Wouldn't want to see a chop there. And now it's Billaut. What's he going to do after he had one scream off the dry through the beak? Does he move in? Does he change his angle? Does he try to push it down the oil a little more? Sometimes when you have a wet-dry condition, high-rev players are sometimes penalized because they put it inside the oil down the middle and it doesn't hook as much, and they throw it out on the dry and it overreacts. So you can see sometimes on house shots, the higher rev players don't necessarily raise their scoring pace accordingly. But there is a shot. Oh, that was a beautiful shot there, and I think he just pushed it down the lane a little further. Got the late kick on the 7 off of the 4-pin. Let's watch the action of the 4-pin. Again, that's right over his mark, but he pushes it further down the lane. Watch it come up. Watch the 4-pin kick out of the gutter and knock that 7 right out of there. So there's a strike in the 8th frame. And now it might be time to do some outs here. Possible 225 for the Monica and Keny team. And Sofie and Gregory. See if Gregory can get back in the pocket. Perfect strike there. Good shot. They can go 209. And actually the Keny and Monica team are pacing to 195. So indeed, if they can put some strikes together here, they can definitely put some pressure on the other team. Huge shot here by Sofie. Almost mandatory to double up here to cut into that 16-pin lead. Get it down to 6. Let's see if she can do it. She's had a strike on this lane, a 7-10, right into the pocket, and she pulls it into the oil, and it skids down the lane, does not make the corner, goes right through the break point, and leaves the full bucket, the full dinner bucket, the 2, 4, 5, 8. She's like, oh, Lord, why didn't you make the corner and give me that flush strike like I had in the first frame? And now she'll go to the plastic ball and straight at the bucket spare. And right at it, and she gets it by the mixer. But it's a spare nonetheless, so now, unfortunately, their max 189. They're going to need some help from the other team. And watch this, a little bit right of where she'd like to be. And unfortunately, goes up. She says, oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. Gets the mixer and makes the spare. So, 2 marks will take care of this match for Monica and Keny. Even though Monica has failed to strike at all, and Keny has 3 strikes. And they have not been able to double. So a 190 game will actually lock this match up. And that's definitely further right into the dry. Turns up. There's the strike she was looking for. And a beautiful hit there by Monica. And watch this. That's definitely to the right over the 11th board, but she gets it right sooner. Gets it out to the dry boards, turns it up, and gets the strike. And that double is pretty much going to do it, because that will already put them in the 180s. So even an open here will put them in the 190s, and that will be enough to move on. So it will be Monica Schack Nielsen and Keny Billaut moving on to face Kaergaard Nielsen and Jaime Gonzalez in our next match. My name is Bruce Hall. I'm your international commentator for these matches, and it's my pleasure to bring you this match for the international voiceovers. And here is Keny trying to put the finishing touches on this victory here. And he gets it out to the dry, turns it up. And there's the ring 7 that he was able to avoid. So 84, so even if he misses this, they're at 193, and the most that the Sofie team can shoot is 189. So there is a victory for Keny Billaut and Monica Schack Nielsen team. And here is Keny going cross lane for the 7-pin. Cubica AMF Strike Tour Series is a special event organized by Bowling Promotion for the French Federation and the French Olympic Sport Channel for the promotion of bowling in general and the French teams specifically. We want to thank Cubica AMF, who signed on for a 3-year commitment to sponsor the Masters Series, which we will return to. We'll have some more Masters play for you, and we'll have team competition on the same YouTube channel. And there's a good cover by Keny. We're nearing 30,000 subscribers, so if you'd hit like and subscribe, you'll get notified whenever a new match comes out. And there is Keny right over the 4th arrow. Perfect conversion of the 7-pin, no problem. And that will put them in the 2-0 range. And that will be enough to move on. We come out with new videos about once a week on this channel. And we've got, as we said, more mixed doubles competition. We've got team competition and the remainder of the Masters stepladder for you. And now Billaut's way out to the dry. That's not going to make the corner. Boy, good place for that, I'd have to say. So there's a 202 for the Keny Billaut and Monica Schack Nielsen team. Monica doubling at the perfect time to lock up the match for her team. And made the right move. Got the ball further to the right into the dry. And now Rius gets up. And of course a perfect shot there. Rius been perfect in this game in terms of hitting the pocket, except for that tragic 4 count in the 6th frame. He came up and it just screamed through the beak, left that 4 count, and was unable to convert. Almost made it, almost only left the 9-pin. And unfortunately, that was the difference in the match. If that comes up and strikes, they're winners. So sometimes that power helps you, and sometimes it works against you. And there's a quick double in the 10th. That'll be the most they can get out of this game, which is another strike. It'll be 189, so it'll be 202 to 189 final here. And again, we'll be coming to you soon with the next match, which will be Kaergaard Nielsen and Jaime Gonzalez against Monica Schack Nielsen and Keny Billaut. And looking forward to seeing you back here on this YouTube channel. And he comes up late and tips the 2-pin and tips the 8-pin. And there's the match. So thanks everyone for watching, and we will see you back here for our next mixed doubles match.